Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 9 review of the Tobacco Bits playlist. And we will be taking a look at this guy. This is Piccanell. This was sourced for the channel by Thor Odinson, and he sent it from Germany. The product is actually made by McBaron, and just to throw it out there, McBaron is now no longer family owned. As of the beginning of July, McBaron was sold and bought by Scandinavian Tobacco Corporation. Just throwing that out there. So, Thor sourced this for me. I actually have history with this product. This was my very first entry into tobacco bits over a decade ago. The product I had was made for the North American or English market, so the packaging was in English. I do not speak German. This will all be in German. We'll be going over the packaging real quick and taking a closer look at the product inside. There is a PayPal link in the description if you'd like to make a one-time small donation. When I say small, I do mean small. If it's $1, that is fine. It helps greatly. As for this playlist, the Tobacco Bits playlist, that and another review from it will pop up on screen in the last 20 seconds of this video. With that, we're off to the desk. Okay, so here we are. So this is going to be sort of like a miniature roll-out pouch. They have the branding there. This is the branding they have always used. I used to think that it was a guy watching a card game, but now under magnification, it looks like maybe they're playing chess, actually, which is sort of funny. German warning label on the back. Now, you have the German warning label, and it is put forth as made in Denmark by the McBaron Tobacco Company. And then it has their website. This I find interesting, and I'll tell you why. Because I didn't really take too much note before, but this is the same sticker as on the Grimm and Tripel products. So I'm guessing this sticker is an add-on from that website, which is probably what Thor is using, online retailer that he's using to source these products. Because if you look at a Grimm and Tripel product, it's the same thing, different lot number. It just happens that the products are both weighted the same. Anyway, with that, we will open it up here. I am using an X-Acto knife to try to get it under here. They got, like, I don't know what it is. It's not Scotch tape. It's stronger than that, but... And then we're rolling it out. You got more branding there. And then you have the write-up, which, besides dark-fired Kentucky, is going to not make sense to anyone except for Thor and a few Germans that watch this channel. But it would appear they are using dark-fired Kentucky. Back in the day, they had on their packaging, the English packaging, that each one of these bits was a single small leaf that was folded up on itself. Now, I do not know if that is going to be the case. That is a heat seal that they got on there. And, wow, you know what? These are not looking bad at all. I was waiting for something a lot smaller than this. And these are, the product has changed. So, I don't know if I can get good light on that. These would appear to be cuts of a twist. Back in the day, they were sort of squarish and actually smaller than this. This would appear to be different parts cut from a twist. They're a lot darker than I remember them being. So I think this product has actually changed. I'm trying to get good light so we can see. Yeah, it's hard to tell in the ends because they almost look like they're... But this is definitely not a folded over product. Now keep in mind what I'm referencing here is this product somewhere around 2011. So obviously it could have changed, and to tell you the truth, these are looking more to my liking, to be quite honest. So let's just see. It's got moisture levels going. They are tacky to the touch. Compared to the Grim and Triple, though, I think they are still smaller. So here is what we're looking at. Piccanell right here. And that's the Grim and Triple. So you can see now this is dried out. I saved this particularly for this. But you know what? I thought the difference was going to be a lot more than this. I thought I thought I was going to be pulling out of the Piccanell something along the lines of an Oliver Twist, and that is not the case. So that works for me. So we're going to take it back up top. There's a whole bunch in here. So 14 grams. What you're looking at is that. All right. We're going to take it back up top. I'll probably put a couple of these in, and I will have a little cuss spittoon on hand because I do plan on actually biting down on these quite a bit. Back in a moment. And we are back. And you know what I'm thinking now? I'm thinking, and this is a little odd, I'm thinking that possibly this brand of product, although a little different at the time, was the first oral tobacco that I ever used, which is really weird now looking back, because I don't think I had even dipped yet when I got this. What had happened was it was being sold through an online site that was also selling, I think, nasal snuff that I was getting for someone else. The nasal snuff wasn't for me. I just threw this on the order because I was taking care of it. So, a little bit odd thinking back on it now. But I am going to take a couple of these. I'm just going to put them in my lip first. Because I remember thinking at the time back, I was not overly impressed. It was not something I was... it was cool. The idea was cool. I got it, but it wasn't quite... I was like, it was sort of odd. Okay, so... I'm gonna throw a third one in because I don't think the nicotine is going to be as high in these as the Grim and Triple products. There's some flavor there again, and this... I really should have done a couple of these tobacco bits before I did the Grim and Triple because I knew the Grim was going to be good. I didn't realize how good when it came to level of flavor or the amount of flavor and nicotine. So it may not be fair to this that I did those first, but it is what it is. So, not a lot of flavor. It's there. I'm getting tobacco. It's got a little bit of spice to it. There's no overbearing licorice like the Grim and Triple products. It's got a little bit of a spice to it, though, which is most likely due to Dark Fire Kentucky. I'm going to bring it up. A lot more flavor now. And quite zingy wherever the juice hits. So the nicotine is definitely there. It's pretty good. I mean, it's definitely good. The juice is a little zingy in the mouth. You don't have the heavy licorice aspect. Because a lot of people with the Grim and Triple reviews were like, oh, licorice, I don't like licorice. It's got something there. And it could be some sort of licorice molasses sauce that they're using, but it's not overbearing. It's not as licorice forward, black licorice forward like the Grim and Triple products. It's a bit spicy, not it's not burning my mouth or anything. It's spicy where it touches juice wise, which tells me it's got nicotine, and I actually can feel it. So, but there's a spice to the flavor, and I'm gonna say that is due to the type of leaf that they're using. There's a little bit of a citrus aspect in there. I, by the way, did not look up. I very well could be wrong about some of this. This is how I'm calling it. The forward flavor aspect of this is I'm putting down to the type of leaf they're using. You've got a licorice aspect sort of in the background. There's some citrus going on. I'm much more impressed and taken with the product now than I was 13 years ago. Let me put it that way. Now, the problem with this is, although they have a good number of bits in here, to show again, that's what you're looking at. Like how long does that last? It's 14 grams. Keeping in mind that a standard U.S. can of dip is what? I always get them back. I guess it's 34 grams, 0.02. Although that 4 and 2 could be switched. I'm not quite sure offhand. You'd think I'd know by now, but evidently not. And I cut the band right through that. I'm pretty sure I'm right, though. It's breaking up. It's breaking up like fine cut chew, which is sort of what it's going to be. The size of the bits, although smaller than the Grim and Triple, are much larger than the Oliver Twist. All right. Again, it's got a sort of a spicy aspect flavor-wise. There's a touch of licorice in there. There is some citrus going on. But what it breaks down to basically in the mouth is sort of a fine-cut, dark-fired Kentucky, non-dip format. Sort of like a loose leaf. All in all, it's a good showing. I am pleasantly surprised. I knew I was going to see a quality product. And I knew if it was quality, it would be a positive review from me. That said, although the product has changed, I think it has actually changed for the better. It has placed it closer to the Grim and Triple products, but it doesn't have that overbearing licorice forward flavor that they have, which sort of sets it apart. Anyway, this has been my review of Piccanell. I will be seeing if they still make... They made a double. And I'm wondering if that product... It was only this and a double, which I took to mean double-sized. I will be checking into that. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I'd like to thank Thor Odenson again for sourcing this for me in Germany. I do hope you all are well. As always, do take care of yourselves, and God bless.